Alright, so how's everybody doing today? We're going back to the space prison, and we're going to see just what all we can do with our geyser and our diamonds. Got new printables right off the bat, that'll be helpful. Earth leaf is good. Now, we are out of water just about. All we have here is this little bit. Now I would like to set up water treatment in here and filter it all the way through back over into this cistern. So we're currently waiting on the liquid reservoirs to finish. I'll put in a couple of reservoirs over here on timers. And what we're going to do is set it up to filter through a sieve on this side. Now I am aware that this is all really inefficient. We will get power set up here very shortly. Ema will eventually get done with this. So again, we're not looking super great on oxygen here, but the good news is that our carbon dioxide is filtering down into this new cave that had water in it, and we should be able to put together a slightly lower down CO2 trap for that, and then we can put our oxyferns and such down there to heat up as much of that as possible. We're almost there. Alright, so our research is done. We've now unlocked a little bit of automation. That'll be a good start. We are going to need... let's say 3 of those. Max is going to need some more skill points in building, I think. This is a bit slow. Now I am fully aware that we're going to have to come along here and redo all of the wiring and such later when we have a power system set up that is more dependable. This will function for now. We do have 11 tons of coal, and it may behoove us to get started on a hatch ranch, to start supplying us with long-term coal, so that we can get a coal power plant going. Not super clean, but we can deal with it. Now we don't want to work on any more research just yet. We want to let things kind of catch up a bit. Now, for anybody unfamiliar, these geysers will make noise occasionally while they're erupting. If you mouse over to the black area, you can normally hear them even if they haven't been uncovered. Doesn't look like we have any other ones just yet. That's okay. Or sound like it anyway. Okay, so the power is hooked up. We are pumping water here. Now we are going to need more automation. Need a liquid pipe element sensor. Actually, a germ sensor is probably the best way to go about that. Pathogen diagnostics, here we go. We'll just get that started. Not going to need it here for a little while, but when we do, we're going to need it bad. I think now's going to be a good time to start building off in this direction here to see what we can uncover. I think one of these rooms is just going to be storage. Kind of not excited about all of the junk laying around on the floor out here. Point. Hey. Let's see what our printables are. More Mirth Leaf. Okay. So again, we're looking for any weird temperature fluctuations over here. Like this one here. This neutronium will always be a different temperature than the surrounding. Like that. That's not what we're looking for, but it looks like that. Ah, here we go. There's another one right here. Okay. Now, we don't know what that is, but we can find out by using the priority tool and setting it to top priority. So, now this is the highest priority that we can have. It'll sound a yellow alert. We can see that it's a copper volcano up in the top left there. That's very handy. We will definitely be taking advantage of that copper volcano. So, we've gone off this way. We've got another hatch egg here, that'll be good. We can start ranching them. We'll end up with quite a lot of power to begin with. Alright. I don't see anything else super interesting over here, which isn't terrible. So food seems to be holding pretty well. That'll be something that we keep an eye on here going forward until we can automate it, which is not super close to being doable, but it'll happen. I think we should consider the possibility that this will not sustain us until we get a renewable water source. So, what are we going to do about that? I don't see any other water nearby. There's plenty of ice. That's definitely an option. I would like to avoid having germs in the main cistern. Always a pain in the butt to get rid of. You know what we're going to do? These require a lot of water. We are going to set them priority 1. They shouldn't ever get more water, basically, while that's happening. It should cut down a lot on our water usage. Now, the algae terrariums are going to use up a lot of water, but not a whole lot to be done about that. We need the air. So, we could dig down, see if there's any more water that way. I think the best thing that we can do right now is to take all this ice. I'm going to store all this ice, I think. Get as much of it as we can. Yeah, always need more O2. How you doing, D? That's good. What about us? She's still working late? Oh, did you take a nap? Oh, yeah, fair. Well, we have the cure for boredom here. At least for the time being. Ah, that's helpful. The shine bugs sleep in midair. That's funny. I think we're gonna have a great big cleaning things up party. Yeah, I totally know how that goes. I do the same sometimes. Or Brian it is. Yes, all the dupes are running around putting things away. I like it. Get tired of the messes in here. These done first. So we don't want soil stored in any of these. We don't want organics stored in them either. Dirt, we'll use more dirt. Storage. Actually, I suppose it would behoove us to just build the storage now and be done with it. Set the food priority back up to 7 because it looks like nothing's getting done with it. Here and get our bleach stone as well. Where did we see that? I saw it yesterday. There it is. So, we're gonna dig over to the bleach stone. We're going to need to put a couple of airlocks in there to make sure that we don't get a bunch of hydrogen and chlorine in the base, because we don't want that. Aha! I see something down here. Did not spot that before. A minor volcano. Okay, so that's just going to give us a bunch of heat and some rocks, which is actually super handy because we can turn that straight into power. Wish you could put like a marker on the map so that you could see minor volcano there instead of having to select it with the priority every time that we forget what it is, because we forget a lot. Food shortage. Yep. Now when we get more dupes, it'll be a lot easier to manage the food, because we'll have one person whose job it is to cook, and that's all their job is. And they won't even do that when, you know, there's too much food. Basically, they can run around and decorate things or put stuff up or what have you. Some other low priority task. Speaking of, it may be a good time to look at our priorities here. So we've got cooking being done by Trabaldo, who has... You know what? He doesn't need to be doing these much. Cooking, tidying, ranching, farming. So he'll do the farming and just the cooking, basically. Unless there's nothing else to do, in which case he'll go put stuff up. That should help us out on the food front. Alright. So this looks like it may be the... Yeah, this is the edge of the map here. This is a somewhat small map. This is the edge over here somewhere as well. I suppose that's not terrible. If you recall from earlier, I mentioned that you can sometimes hear these geysers going off in the black over here. I believe that's what we're hearing now, and it sounds like a water geyser, if I'm not mistaken. So, I'll have to make note to come down over here. Alright, so I want to know why these aren't being built. Nima is going to be busy. Low priority for Max. Max is our builder, isn't he? Yes. Yes, he's our builder. Why is it a low priority for Max? Priority 5, okay. So what is Max doing that he can't be bothered to do that? Okay, so we're going to set that down to 5. And then his other store tasks should be wrapping up relatively soon here. So that he should be able to then continue with his store tasks. This water will not last us. We're going to have to put together a sieve here. There's no getting around it, we have to do that. We're just gonna sieve it and we'll put Jeremy water somewhere. You know what, we can just dump the Jeremy water right down in here. That way we don't pollute up our storage over here. Our cistern. It's suboptimal, but we'll have to make it work. There we go. Alright, so this is for cultivable soil only. We're going to copy that over a little bit more. And then these 3 over here are going to be just for algae. I think put a air purifier here. And we unlock it. Seed may be good. We'll take that. Certainly won't hurt anything. Yeah, air purity is a good thing. Very good thing. Very handy, good thing. That'll keep our stinky air from the compost coming back up into the base. Oh, food. Food important. It's power. Okay. And we're gonna have to. Changes the priority of things, and yes, okay, so someone jumped onto power generation, which we have to have, and that will enable more food, which is super duper important apparently. Alright, so this one is just going to be for algae. What was that? And we're skipping dinner, we're skipping sleep and everything. We're getting food. There we go, priorities, that's what we wanted. Okay, so Rivaldo should be cooking, but Trivaldo is operating. There are going to be some very tiny dupes that are very tired. Oh, lasers and spaceships is endgame stuff, my dude. It's basically just a little colony build. Oh, Travaldo. He peed in the water supply. Yeah, for lack of better explanation, this is just going to be colony building until we get to the late game, where we're starting to build rockets and stuff. Well, this was going to be Jeremy water eventually anyway. Okay, so the next time this comes on, it should fill this pipe up and then stop sucking power away from the base because these are full and there's nowhere for the water to go. You know what, we're going to have another look at the priorities, I think. I don't want Rivaldo doing anything that's not cooking or farming. Okay, Trivaldo is idle. So I guess we can allow him to do operating. There we go. Trivaldo will generate power. Okay, now let's see. Pipe blocked. Okay. That's not going to eat up any more power. Now Mima can get back to working on the research. Everyone's gonna starve to death. Put red alert back on here for a minute. Let's see if we can get some food going. It occurs to me that another dupe would be helpful at this point. Might pick up a night owl dupe to run around and pick stuff up. It seems like they're doing a lot of that. Pick stuff up and supply tasks for algae terrariums and such. Yeah, food shortage. That's what that alert was. Doesn't need to be doing any more of that. Okay, so we're at 30 out of 30 on the novice research, and 9 out of, just about half, out of the advanced research, which is tolerable. I had hoped to avoid a situation where they were peeing at their stations, but there's no getting around it. Turn off the red alert here when we have another day's food saved up. Alright. That's 3,000 kcals. Everybody stopped and grabbed it and went to eat. Which is fine. Yeah, I think we'll pick up another dupe as soon as we get one that will do tidying tasks and such, and is a night owl. That way we can have a little bit more uptime. Alright, Mima. Hello, we're looking for food here. Calories. Okay. Where's the other one? Okay, so we've got a couple of cycles here before they will starve. That's good to know. You know, I've had a thought. Mima seems to be doing a lot of putting stuff away. Which, okay, that's fine. But, what if Mima did the operating like she should, and Travaldo did the cooking like he should? There we go. Now we can do both at the same time. Alright, let's see if we get anything good here. Reclet eggs. Excellent. Excellent thing to get. We're gonna take that. Reclet eggs are important because they will allow you to get early game plastic. If you're careful about them and you're feeding them the right thing. Plastic is important because it will enable you to get the turbines, generate power, and delete heat. Now this is just a little bit of future proofing that we're doing here, building 2 of these. Now, eventually there will be a wall here. This is going to get sealed off and filled with chlorine. Lots of coal over here. That's a good sign. So yeah, I think we're going to dig this out here. This is going to be a big temporary cistern. talked yesterday about being able to find these buried objects. They are going to be extremely important, especially in these ice biomes, because if you can find a Wheezewort seed, or a already planted Wheezewort, they will take in gas. It will lower it by, I forget exactly how much it is, 1 degree or 5 degrees Celsius, something like that, and then expel it again. So they will slowly cool a room, which will be handy because we want to be growing sleet wheat eventually, so that we can make better food. We will need that room to be ice cooled. Now we're going to deconstruct this pitcher pump here. Would build all that at the wrong height. We're going to cancel these. We're going to deconstruct that. And we're going to build in a new floor here. Now, ideally, this side will fill up with liquid water, and then this side over here, we can put our farm tiles in for our Oxy friends. Oxygen's looking good. We do have kind of a polluted oxygen problem. Everything over here smells like pee. Which, worse things have happened. Now, as soon as we get the air purifier unlocked, we're going to stick one right here. Trivaldo. Trivaldo is idle. The Trivaldo needs more work. He has nothing to do for ranching or farming. He has no cooking to do, apparently. Ah, there's no water. Okay. You know what? We'll let him be idle for now. That's okay. Max should be building and digging, so he doesn't need to be doing life support. Now, I think I want to set this up so that Max will prefer to build before he digs. That way what can be done gets done, and what can't be done, he'll dig it out first. Still relatively chilly in here, if I'm not mistaken. Not super familiar with Celsius, but... This is going to be our CO2 trap, as we discussed before. It's going to have to be the lowest point in the base. So these lights consume 20 watts. 10 watts each. That's not too bad. Not sure who I want to have in this neural vacillator yet. Max is still doing stuff that we don't want him to do. We want him to do supplying and storing last. There we go. So he should finish his build test before he goes to put anything away, which is what we want. So, now, where's Max? Max is digging, okay. That's good, that'll get us our chlorine. Let's see what we get here. Pufflets, not great. We don't want a flatulent dupe, because they will produce actually natural gas. I don't think I want any of these guys just yet. Okay, so this is done now. We're gonna let them do all of this picking up. Max is gonna finish this up here, and then he should go start putting stuff away, which is exactly what we want. Okay, he's putting away the ice. That's important. That'll give us water eventually. So the snow should start melting here shortly. The ice, very cold. We might have to see if we can speed that up some. And we do want this to get done relatively quickly so we can seal this wall off and start filling this with our water. It'll be germy, but we're going to have to deal with that. Yes, germs indeed. No slime lung. We're not dealing with that. We're not dealing with that today. So Max is still doing stuff that we don't want him to. We don't want him operating. We're going to preclude him researching or decorating. We're not going to let him doctor. We're not going to let him toggle. I will allow him to do life support. And you can tidy when there's nothing else to do. There we go. So, priorities, I think, are one of the more underrated parts of the game. You really have to pay attention to this stuff if you're going to succeed. And I am even still learning about it and tweaking at it. Now, we have skill points. So, we want Max to get more building speed. We'll let Mima have aesthetic design. Yeah, Masterworks too, why not? And then Travaldo can take advanced critter wrenching. And everybody gets a new hat. Cuba Libre and Cigar Day, huh? Why is that? The hats are basically just to enable you to identify people by their role at, you know, at a look. Especially when they're running around quick like this, it's kind of hard to see, oh, you know, that's our farmer, and that's our digger dude. Just without hats, it's difficult. But for them, you can tell. Okay. Let's look at research here. We need... We'll take fine art next. Just so we can start prettying stuff up around here because it's not very pretty, this place. We'll let him have improved carrying so he can pick more stuff up at home. So we want this to be built here so that we can build this wall and we won't have to come into this space anymore. Because if we waited until this was all done and we built this wall and then we built this pipe here, it wouldn't be buildable. Unless they stand over there, apparently. Well, now it's done. So, we're still getting the insufficient oxygen generation, notice, but as you can see, we are still not really hurting for oxygen here, so I'm not going to worry about it. We're almost there. We just have a little bit of algae, it looks like, to pick up. A couple more trips, and then we can start building our wall. And that's that. And no slime lung. We're gonna mop that up, and then this should be all set, so we can go and start plumbing water into our cistern. It's not gonna be a very big cistern, but that's okay. Okay, so we're farming bristleberry here, and muckroot is... Yeah, you know what, we're just going to take the bristleberry, because it is edible now. Alright, so we're going to start seeing water going into here, and then coming out here. Now these will eat up sand, and they will eat up power. However, you gotta break some eggs to get water apparently. Alright, so now that that's done, we do want to build a room for our Drecklets here. Still working on fine art apparently. Mima's kind of slow. What skills? Field research. He really just isn't super good at the researching. That's okay. Well, we'll make it work. Yes, exactly like this. We don't want polluted ice in there, but I looked at that. So this is outputting 5 kilograms of water per second, right? Or per water tick, I'm not sure how the timing on that works. Basically, this is putting out 5 kilograms of water. This one could also be putting out 5 kilograms of water, but it isn't. A pipe will hold 10, so we need to make sure that this gets a little bit of sand so that it can get... germs are not too bad here, I think. All things considered. This is going to be germy, right? It's got our polluted dirt in it. And, yeah. We got some germs. It's not terrible. We haven't seen any slimy lung yet. I don't know if we will, to be frank with you. I do see slime up here. We haven't... You know what? There's slime there. Weirdly, I don't see any germs on it. Okay, so we're gonna look at the materials overlay here for just a moment. We're only gonna look at gas. So here you can see the light blue is just pure clean oxygen, and the dark teal is polluted oxygen. We do have a lot of polluted oxygen, but again, it's just more or less smells. It's, you know, it's stinky air. And then of course we got our carbon monoxide in dark gray here. Yeah, well, no, not fart air, because the flatulent dupes will actually produce natural gas. You could, in theory, farm natural gas off of flatulent dupes. Okay, so, see how we now have 10 kilograms of water coming in here? This is going to start filling up, which is exactly what we want. It is germy, but it's water that we can use. That it does rise. So, now what we want to do is take... Oh, we haven't unlocked our airlock doors yet. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna do gas management after we finish with fine art here. Priorities. I mean, the place is called Space Prison. Might as well be a pretty space prison, yeah? Whatever, we can breathe fine. Look. It's just fine. It's all very breathable. Alright, so that finished now. We can make large sculpting blocks out of cool stuff. We can also build paintings, which we don't have the stuff for, frankly, yet, but that's okay. Ice block. Put an ice block in here somewhere. Base is cold enough for it. That's something we'll have to keep an eye out for. Now we're going to uproot this oxyfern. We're going to plant it here. Another food shortage. That's okay. That will be taken care of here shortly. We may very well be building another grow room over here. We'll have to move this storage up one, but okay. So, got fine art done. Okay, we can get rid of that. Let somebody get a skill point. Who's construction it is. This uproot task. I'm gonna set that to 9 just so that it gets done. Take that, and then we can build our other tile in here. Actually, thinking about it, we could, since we only have 2 seeds for oxyfern, add extra farming here. I think we'll do that in the meantime. We'll take the omelets. Omelets are a great thing to have. So we're going to deconstruct that so we can get in here and get all of this good stuff out. Research. Got to set that up. So we got an achievement here, that's handy. Which one it was? Several of them apparently. Bed and bath, have at least 1 toilet in the colony and a bed for every dupe. It's not raw, have a duplicate eat any cooked meal prepared in an electric gilded grass range. That one's kind of cheating because it was the omelets. Outdoor renovations, construct a building outside the initial starting biome, yeah. What else we got here? To pay the bills. Use a duplicate skill points to buy out an entire branch of the skill tree. I will take that. Build that in preparation for a door. Now you can see our carbon dioxide starting to leak out over here. That's not necessarily problematic because there is plenty of oxygen here. We're going to seal this back off again. At least for the time being. Oh, I had forgotten. The bristle blossom must be eliminated. You know what? We can do mealwood instead. I believe we have several seeds from those. Good. Mealwood seeds. 30. Oh, we got plenty of that. Now, we don't have a whole lot of slime, but what we could do, a couple of fungal spores. Because they will grow in the dark. I can supply them with a little bit of slime. Yeah, we have some slime. I'm not sure why we're not getting slime lung in here. We have the slime. This is vanilla. Maybe it's a bug? So the dust caps will eat carbon dioxide. I'm not sure how much at a time, though. In any case, this is going to be our carbon dioxide trap, so I'm okay with the dust caps eating as much carbon dioxide as they want. So the colony does lack the grilling skill, which is fine. We can put in a gas range here eventually to cook the dust caps to get even more food benefit out of them. Now we will need the natural gas geyser going for that. Welcome back, Dee. How was dinner? Excellent. Dinner is optimal. Just for shiggles, I think we're going to put in a pneumatic door here. Now, for those not in the know, these pneumatic doors are basically a chain link fence as a door. Let gas in, they'll let light in, water will flow through them as far as I am aware. And, D, no one is dead yet. And if we can play our cards right, we'll keep it that way. Now this is set to 9. We're going to back it down to 8 and see if we stabilize on food. Just going to keep bumping it down until we stop producing more food than we need. Oh yeah, we started with 3 dupes, D, and we still have 3. We haven't gotten any new ones yet either. Now this liquid vent here will eventually stop putting water out. When we reach about 1,000 kilograms, a metric ton, of water on this tile, if I'm not mistaken, the liquid vent will overpressure and stop accepting more water. Which means that these will then stop taking up more power. So will this, as it fills these up again. Now I'm going to set the priority relatively high to go pick all this stuff up because I want it. And then we can go close this all off again. Oh no. Yep, that's a thing. I think it's set to 7 emotes. "16 messages. Good lord, man. Oh, well, some of those were your chat from before. Yeah, it did. Okay. Well, let that be a lesson to you. Don't irritate Nightbot. Nightbot is not a bully. Maybe a little bit. He keeps our moderators from having to do a whole lot of stuff, okay? Research is done. Excellent. Manual airlock. We need the manual airlocks. Put one there. And there. Oh, you know what? We don't need those. It's up here that we need them. So we're just going to preemptively set those up so that we don't end up with a whole bunch of chlorine in the base. We do need the leech stone. Now the liquid valve. The liquid valve is super handy in this game because you can connect it and have it take all but one little tiny bit of water out of a pipe. And then that water will stay in the pipe. And if you build a loop, you can selectively filter all of the liquids that you might have in a pool. It's very handy to separate things like water and polluted water and such. The gas valve will do the same thing for gases. Oh, okay. So we need to figure out what we're going to do with these Drecklets. I would like to put them above the base somewhere, so that... Oh, this is a good spot, I think. We're going to have to flood part of that room with hydrogen, which, as you can imagine, might be a pain. We don't want that oxygen or that hydrogen to run around rampant in our base here, so we build it above the base. The only place it has to go is up. Nope. Nightbot is a bot. Don't even try and tell me that Nightbot did things. Bad things. No, we don't play that game here. That's a meanie poo. So now all of our carbon dioxide is sunk down to here, which is by design. I'm gonna set this to priority 9 just so we can get it all done. And then we're gonna close this one. So it looks like Mima's gonna have our next skill point. That'll be handy. Maybe we'll give her tinkering. She likes tinkering. Deodorizer. There we go. Not the air purifier, it's a deodorizer. That's what we need, though. I don't know why we keep ending up with seeds getting planted in here. We don't want that. Alright, so that's all the stuff out of here. So let's go ahead and we're going to put our farm tile back in. And then we're going to re-add these two wall tiles. Then we should start trapping carbon dioxide in here as designed. Of course. Of course the algae flew that way. Oh well. Speaking of algae, how are we looking? 13.1 tons? That's not bad. Now we're going to dig out the rest of this room here. We're building this wall. We're going to make as big a carbon dioxide collector as we can. Now, the oxyfern isn't producing any oxygen at the moment because it's not getting any carbon dioxide, or not getting enough of it. Off to Newegg, you're building a daybot. What is a daybot? Deodorizer time. I see. Okay. Well, I wish you luck in your endeavors against the Nightbot. So are you actually going to be doing shopping there at Newegg? Building a new PC? Ah, yes. Glory. A wart seed. Ah, yeah, fair enough. Make sure that you get a new motherboard with the right socket type on it. So, we're looking like we're doing okay here. We didn't get a whole lot done today, but we did get some important stuff done. The water treatment, phase 1, basically, of the water treatment is looking pretty decent. We have additional food income. We have identified 2 new geysers and 4 volcanoes. We found the edge of the map, one side. About another 15 minutes before I hang it up here. By the way, let me know if you would be interested in any kind of behind-the-scenes stuff. Eventually I'm going to need a computer set up. I'll have to set up an office for all of this, because currently I'm doing it in the living part of the house. And who knows, I might even break into documenting what I do to my car as I do it. just for goals here, let's look at what it might take to get light. Could put a lamp in here. Might be helpful. Then we'll have to look at where are we going to get our hydrogen from? I've seen a couple of isolated pockets, like this here is an isolated pocket of hydrogen. Here. Of course, I think the best way to do it is going to be to generate to build a self-powered oxygen machine, a SPOM, as it's called, and siphon the hydrogen off from there. So, we would ideally like it to be self-powered. To do that is to use the hydrogen to power it all when we electrolyze the water. So, I'll have to look into that. Oh, okay. Okay. I'll have a look at that Discord link here in a few minutes. And just as you said that, my Discord blew up in another channel. So I guess I'll have to check that out here when I get done. Now, all of the VODs are not going to be accessible from Discord or from Twitch anymore. I am uploading directly to YouTube because Discord will only keep content for up to 60 days. I don't think that would have triggered Nightbot there, D. I don't believe you're allowed to post any hyperlinks in chat at all under any circumstance. Like, it won't even let you hit enter. Oh yes, the self-powered oxygen machine. I'm not sure where we want to build that yet, actually. We may build it over here next to the water cistern. But then we may also put power over there. And here's another thought. Do we want a centralized industrial space, or do we want it to be distributed? Things to consider, hashtag. So today we found a copper volcano and a minor volcano. Both will be good for generating power through heat, basically geothermal. The copper will be extra handy because it will enable us to spend a lot of copper throughout the game. Always good to have one of those metal volcanoes handy. We can just build everything out of copper and not have to worry about it. Now, I will have to look up some builds for taming these volcanoes, because I don't have the time to dedicate to doing the R&D and the trial and error for all of these things. Better minds than mine have put the time and effort in, and I am happy to copy. I will be linking any builds that I find that I end up using in the description or in the information panel, as it were, wherever this video is found. And yeah. It's probably still going to be challenging to copy it. So as you can see here, we've sealed off the oxygen trap, the hydrogen, the carbon dioxide trap, the CO2 trap. We are now accumulating CO2 down in the bottom of the base here. Extra, extra handy. Now let's see what our printing pod has for us for today. A large pile of water. Got a couple of dupes here. Operating, no taste. Nothing seriously interesting. We're gonna take the water for now. We're done with how much gold we have, because if we're going to build that self-powered oxygen machine, we will need something that's relatively heat resilient. Gold fills that niche for us. Here we go. We don't have any gold amalgam. That's actually kind of surprising. Looks like we actually haven't dug any up yet. It's okay. We'll come over here and we'll grab this. We'll grab any others that are exposed already. And that'll get us going. Huh. Well, we know that that chat command doesn't work like it should. By the way, exclaim clip, Discord, Twitter, and YouTube all work. Working on a way to set that up so that it's not spammed necessarily, but noted somewhere. Use it. To be fair, I probably use that command correctly. Just wanted to show that Nightbot is so much more than just a simple chat moderator. Yes. Use those emojis carefully, my friend. I do love the Bob Ross memes. We have so much rust, I'm not sure what we're gonna do with that. Bob was a beast. So was Mr. Rogers. I'm interested in seeing what's up in here. I think that'll be the last big thing that we do, actually, is to build up into here and then... we'll be able to. So who do we want to set into the neural vacillator? Yeah, you know what? That one's actually on my list of stuff that I need to watch. The new Tom Hanks movie about Bob. Sorry, Rogers. Mr. Rogers. It's got Tom Hanks in it, right? Like, I struggle to think of bad movies that Tom Hanks was in. We're just gonna assign that to Max. Woo! Max's brain is still vibrating, but they've never felt better. Max acquired the Sunny Disposition trait. Sunny Disposition is, this duplicate has an unwaveringly positive outlook on life. Stress, minus 20% per cycle. Well, I can get with that. Yeah, agreed. Even his weaker works were pretty solid. Now we're getting ready to wrap it up here. Glad that we got over here and did this neural vacillator and uncovered a saltwater geyser. That'll be extra handy for us. Especially being right next to the natural gas geyser. I wonder what this puts out. Let's see, saltwater 16.4 kilograms per second at 95 Celsius. Kind of hot. Kind of little too hot to be accessing early on. However, that got us all the way over here to the edge of the map, just about. And I don't see any other crazy nonsense over here. Yeah, it did not cover anything else for us. But I thought I heard something over here, and there it was. Oh, and there's Nightbot. Yep. Spamming it up with my channel. Alright, well, like I said, we're going to wrap it up here. That's about all the time I have. I'm getting ready to go do dinner myself. And time to get editing, I suppose. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by, and have a great one. Ta!